Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are in fact having a great day today. It's supposed to be a hot day today. It's supposed to be raining later, but we're back here at the shop. And remember when I told you guys that I was going to do a part 2 in the last video? I lied, and I apologize for that. And it's a good thing that I did, because I did come back here 2 weeks ago and I found out there was just very few things I had to do. I'm gonna show you guys. So I went ahead and slapped on the IAC with new washers onto the throttle body, slapped the whole unit together on the intake manifold, went ahead and rerouted the rest of the vacuum lines except for these two. This goes to the power steering breather right here. I didn't connect it because I need a new one because this tab broke, and that was my fault. And speaking of vacuum lines, remember that green thing that I showed you guys? Well, it says right there. This is a EGR VSV solenoid, or vacuum switching valve solenoid. Now, this is where it sits. I had to do extensive research and I had to go back on one of my videos, and it's just one bolt up there and then these two vacuum lines and stuff. Pretty simple. Now, people that own, I think Camrys, because it was easy for me to get it from my Celica, they would reroute it to the front of the intake manifold. I think they route it like right here, or possibly right here where the throttle sits, and then they will route the vacuum lines over and the wiring harness through here, and then just plug it up right there. Now, I didn't have an issue getting mine off. It was fairly easy. It was just one bolt and two vacuum lines. But I think for those that carry a 5S FE on their Camrys, that would be an easy thing for you guys to do. All the other vacuum lines and stuff has been plugged up. The EGR is plugged up, all that good stuff. You can remove this. I went ahead and removed this and cleaned it and then, you know, put it back, all that good stuff. This bolt size for the EGR line itself on both ends are 15/16. So if you guys want to, you know, remove that and remove the EGR and stuff, that's the size. I went ahead and slapped on the distributor and all that good stuff. I still need new wires and plugs, you know, just because, since I'm obviously doing a whole restoration. I went ahead and slapped in the thermostat, and this little notch for on the thermostat housing is where you line up the thermostat breather on the thermostat, obviously. And I went ahead and put on a cheap oil filter, all that good stuff. Now, low-key, none of this was in the way when I took it out, so this shouldn't be a problem when I get ready to go ahead and toss this thing back in. Last and certainly not least, I went ahead and went to the junkyard and got one of these. All right, this one was in good shape, and when I went to go ahead and take my old one off, well, it disintegrated into two pieces. I didn't even put that much force. That's the crazy part. And but otherwise than that, here's the part number if you guys are looking for it. I forgot what it's called. Here is the part number for the IAC gasket that I got from Toyota. Here is the part number for the thermostat that I got from O'Reilly's, and obviously I went to Walmart and got, like I said, the cheap oil filter. Here's the part number right there. Excuse me, that's over here, but here is my upper timing cover that I got from the junkyard. As you guys can see, I went ahead and cleaned it. Like I say, this looks 100 times better. I went ahead and shined it up as well. As for my lower timing cover, I am a little bit 50-50 with reusing that, because one of my tabs right here, where is it? Right up here where the bolt goes through, it's broken. I tried to fix it and it wouldn't do the thing, but all the other holes is good. So like I said, I'm 50-50 with reusing that, but I might just go ahead and just full send, because I don't feel like spending any more money trying to, like, you know, source down one of these. These are actually impossible to find. You may be lucky to get one or a whole set off of eBay or another website, but mine is still in okay condition. All right, I'm probably just going to still run this. All right. And also on the upper timing cover, I do have to make my own gasket. I don't know if they make these anymore, so I'm gonna have to find like some type of RTV gasket. I don't know if I have to use like the oil resistant gasket or possibly the black gasket to keep like dirt and debris off. That's probably the one I'm gonna have to go with. And speaking of timing, I really want to apologize to you guys because I wasn't going in depth with timing. So if you guys can see, there's supposed to be a divot on the oil pump and a divot on the crank sprocket, like right here. I'm gonna zoom in like a little edit for you guys so you guys know what I'm talking about. That's TDC for crank. Now obviously I'm TDC for cam, obviously, so we're in time. We're good to go. And obviously I went ahead and slapped on the power steering pump. Hopefully I don't have an issue when I go ahead and reinstall the engine inside the engine bay with this being in the way. We should be good. Hopefully. We'll see if I have to take this off or not. One last thing I know I'm going to have to take care of is the rear main seal right there. Now when I took the engine and stuff apart, I knew this was leaking. Well, that was before I decided to take the engine out and stuff. I knew this was leaking. So now that I have it out, I have the opportunity to go ahead and change it, but obviously I can't because the stand is in the way. So that means I'm gonna have to take this up, take the oil pan off, take that guy off, put a new seal in, put everything on, reseal everything, and we should be good to go. Oh, and just in case I forgot to mention, I did slap on the heat shield. I'm pretty sure you guys saw it. Now for the main reason why I am here. We are going to diagnose my transmission and my donor transmission, specifically the differential. All right guys, so here are both my original transmission and my junkyard transmission, aka the donor transmission. Both of these have transmission code A140E. This one came out of a 96 Camry. Again, this is my original one. Now this one on the shaft spins freely. Same for this one. This spins free as well. No grinding, right? Now the main issue, like I mentioned before, is my differential. So what I'm gonna do is tear apart both differentials. I'm gonna start with mine and actually see what the problem is. All right guys, so I had to vacuum the dirt and debris out that was sitting up here and everything, so no dirt or debris won't fall inside. But you have a combination of 110 for the speed sensor, 214s for the bracket, which I may have to replace, and the rest of it should be 12s. And also on this side, I'm gonna take off the cover first, and then I'm gonna come back here, take this thing off, and then we can go ahead and diagnose to see what the main issue is. Hopefully I can get away with this. Now before I call myself tearing into the differential on this transmission, I do want to share one important information with you guys. Now I was doing in-depth research and I found this YouTube channel. The YouTuber name is Gary Ferrero. First of all, shout out to you, man. You are a lifesaver. He had made a video in terms of tearing down the A140E, and I personally asked him, was it possible that I can go ahead and tear into the differential without tearing apart the entire transmission itself? The answer? Yes. Only difference is you have to remove the transmission. Now it would be possible if you can disassemble the subframe and the racket pinion itself, because they're going to be in the way, but I highly suggest you guys taking the transmission up and out of the way. So that's the important information I wanted to tell you guys. Another thing I do want to say is I want to do this job because I'm trying to avoid a $750 transmission rebuild. I got a quote from a guy that lives near me that rebuilds transmissions, and $750 with the rebuild kit. Well, not with the rebuild kit, but if I buy the rebuild kit and he go ahead and do the job, that's $750 cash. So let's see if I can try to avoid that. Hopefully there's nothing internal bad happening in there. Otherwise than that, I might be cooked. Two more things I want to go ahead and address, okay? Now, I know to a lot of you guys, y'all probably saying, oh, it'd be easier if I go ahead and just slap this onto the engine and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? That's the easy fix, right? Wrong. Because as you can see, this is a transmission throttle cable from the Camry engine from the junkyard. And this is my original one, all right? And as you can see, this line is way much longer than this one. And what I found out, in order to take this off, I might be wrong, you're gonna have to disassemble this entire transmission. And by all means, I'm no transmission expert. Number two, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the axle test. Now, as I insert the passenger side inside, just like so, if I can just get it to line up, there we go. If I turn it, it spins freely, as so, just like so, right? While my original one, on the other hand, I hope you guys can listen to it. Let me see if I can insert it for you guys. Here we go. Just listen. Ah, shit. Yep, there we go. Just binding up. Yep, so that's a no-go. So yep, that side is bad. Well, all those bolts had Loctite, so this should come free. Oh shit, no. Ugh. Okay. Just a little bit of oil. Give me 1 second. Let's check. Oh. Really? Oh, something in there is loose and that's not good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This might be a good thing. I think I found the problem that may save me for a transmission rebuild. Alright, so you guys won't be able to tell unless you like get up close with a light, but in there's one gear inside here that is wiggly and loose, and that's not supposed to happen. That's not good. Alright, so here's my initial plan. I gotta take these other 12s out so that way I can pull this guy loose, and then I gotta take the speed sensor off right here, that's a 10, and I gotta pull these 2 bolts out that holds it, and then this whole unit should come out as one. Oh shit. Well, looks like that's another switcheroo right here. I managed to get like a finger width out of here. It's wiggling, like it wants to come out, but I ended up breaking part of the housing. I'm gonna show you guys in a bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and take off this speed sensor real quick. And I feel like this speed sensor is going to be a pain. I'm not talking about the bolt, I'm talking about the sensor itself. Ah, okay. Oh, we're solid. It didn't put up a fight at all. That's good. I just gotta change the O-ring. It's speed sensor, by the way. I'm gonna see if I can take this whole thing, this whole unit off. There we go. Okay. Well, got this part off, and the cost of breaking this thing. I might can put this together with some steel stick. I don't know. I might just, yep, there you go. I might can put this together. Who knows? We'll see. You got two 17 mils. Oh God. Oh. Yep. That's some type of foot-pounds of torque. Hold on. Leverage. Come on. There we go. Jesus, man. Makes sense to torque it that much because it spins. So, yeah. All right. Please do not flop or fall. All right. Let's take this off. Okay. There we go. Okay. Here she is, guys. And I forgot which one it was. One of it wasn't happy. I'm gonna put it down and show you guys. Guys, I have a huge sigh of relief, and I have major confidence that this is gonna work. Check this out. So here is my original one. And as you can see, this is loose like a goose, and they're causing this thing to, come on, this is causing this thing to lock up. As you can see, I can push this. You see, this the spider's gear is supposed to, like, you know, move around, right? And they can lock up in like certain areas, and it causes this to move. Look at this. That's not me holding on to anything. This is me holding on to the spider gears. They're supposed to move independently. So this is my old setup. Let me show you guys this one. Look at that. Look how clean that is inside of here. I wish I could bring the light. The light is over there, but you guys can see how clean this is, and it's not like you know, loose or anything like that. It's doing its job. Bro, I'm happy. I feel like this is gonna work. I'm gonna have to take this part out. As you guys know, I ended up breaking that one. I may be able to fix that, but whatever the case, I'm gonna go ahead and take this one out. If this comes out in one piece, I'm gonna reuse it. But give me 1 second, guys. All right, so I went ahead and tore this one down. As you can see, that's way cleaner than my original one. As you can see, my original one is filthy. I'm gonna have to clean that. Now, it has been some time and I have done some digging and researching, so I spotted two differences on both ends, and there's quite a few. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys, starting off with the speed sensor. All right, here's my speed sensors. All right, so as you can see, this is mine, this is the Camry's. All right, as you can see, mine have this little notch right here. Loki don't know what it's for, but this one doesn't have the notch and everything. Now, I don't know if that's going to be an issue. May not be, but what can be an issue is the gears. All right, I see a little gappage on this one, while this one like comes together closely or whatever. I don't know if that's a huge deal. Also, I saw part numbers on these guys. I'm showing on the screen for both. And I don't know if it's a gear ratio difference between the two. I did a little bit of extensive research on the torque for the transmission. I don't even know if that will correlate with the differential. This is the speed gear diameter thing. I don't know what it's called. I did do research, but I forgot what it's called already. But I suspect that these two are, you know, different gear ratios. By the way, this is my setup. This is the Camry setup, though this is way much cleaner than this one. Let me flip this over real quick. All right, so I got it flipped over on both sides. So as you can see, that's not supposed to do that, not at all, and it's causing a bind up. This ain't supposed to move with the differential system itself. Well, this one, on the other hand, is not moving as much. Well, it is barely even moving at all, but it's not binding up or anything like that. I can move it back and forth freely, unlike that one. It spins very, very good, man. Like I said, I like this one. This one has a huge gap. I don't know what disintegrated inside, but yeah. Now, here's another difference that may or may not cause an issue. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this, right? Let me see if I can do the hand thing. There we go. So you see on the gear, right, it got the little ribs, right? I don't know what to call these, but these have 5 of these, while this one on this setup has 4. So you got 3 on top, 1 at the bottom, and you got all 5, I think 6 all across the board. So like I said, I don't know if that's going to cause an issue when I slap this in. I am going to do more extensive research as I go. I'm not going to put this in just yet, but yeah, man, differential's out. If you guys want to know if this can come out without dismantling the transmission, well, there you go. Now, sadly enough, I couldn't find the part number for this entire assembly type beat. I'm gonna try to off camera and let you guys know, possibly in the next video, but if anything, I'll possibly go with this setup, since this is a way much cleaner setup. Now, for these guys, when taking this off, it only fits one way. When you put this back in, you're gonna have this hold on for a second. You're gonna have this part of the clamp, or whatever you want to call this, and it doesn't show it on this side, so it only fits one way. This heads towards, let's say, the torque converter. There we go. If you're still confused, I'll show you guys when I go ahead and do the full reassembly. All right, guys, hold on for a second. I almost ended the video. Well, I kind of did, but this is kind of an edit. All right, so I figured out what I can do. All right, I'm just gonna have a last minute decision, oh my gosh, on what I can do. All right, so now, like I mentioned to you guys before, on these teeth it has like a little 5 rib, all right, all the way across the board. This one has 4 with 3 on the top and 1 missing in the space, and then there's the last one at the bottom. All right, so to avoid any more issues, I am going to swap this unit with this unit. So as you guys can see, there's bolts, and then there's like a locking washer type beat where it locks, obviously locks in the washer or whatever. So I figured I can just go ahead and do that. Now, I really was trying to avoid this because I didn't want to mess anything up, and I still need to do research in terms of torque spec for these. All right, now that's basically my only solution. Ew, that came from that. Don't worry about that, right? But yeah, that's basically what my solution may be. And yes, this come apart with this being one whole unit, so I ain't got to worry about having to press out a bearing or this one. I figure, you know, this is a slightly different item number. They're still the same. All right, I measured and everything looked good. And even on my speed sensor and stuff, I'm going to use my speed sensor. I'm just going to do testing purposes. If it fails, I'll just use the Camry. So I'm going to use this one as salvage. So is this a lot right now? So I promise you, this is going to be part one of tearing down the transmission, or just a little bit of transmission rebuild, differential rebuild, however you want to put it. So now this is where I end the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope it helped somebody out. If it did, you guys already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Prepare for part two. I promise you, this is part two of the transmission rebuild, or whatever part this can be, differential rebuild, whatever. All right, I'm going to put this together. But now that I have the confidence that I can do that, I can actually take this home. Once I go ahead and put everything together, obviously I need a gasket for my my pan and stuff, my cover, whatever. I can actually take this home and wash it once I put everything together. But yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys enjoyed today's video. With that being said, guys, I am out. I love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.